heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges, cause in the end we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Morning and welcome to the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. This is the Group C game, the penultimate game of the plate event. Have a look at the pitch. It's dry, it's barren. There is absolutely no grass at all. It's absolute a belter of a wicket. And the side that is going to bat from this side with a cross breeze coming from my right towards my left is going to carry the ball a fair bit of distance. So batsmen are going to favor getting more runs from this side rather from that side. But all in all, a wicket where you could see scores of 170 plus being under par. So teams will try to think 180, 185 plus to make sure that they are able to defend it quite easily. Toss coming up. Stay tuned and we'll see you soon. Morning and welcome on a Sunday for the penultimate game of this Group C of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11 between Lockton and Team 11. We have the match officials. We have Wasim from Team 11 and Suchit from Lockton. Wasim will flip the coin. Heads is the call. Tails it is. Wasim, you won the toss. What do you want to do? Ball first. Coming into the business end of this tournament, you know that it is quite vital for you to win both these games to make it to the finals. How much of a pressure do your boys are feeling, or what is the message for the boys right now?
The message is to go out and play open cricket because, obviously if you think a lot about the game, you're under pressure, you won't be able to perform as per your potential. So it's the straight message to them to play up to their full strength and see what the outcome is.
And looking at the wicket, what sort of a score do you want to put them down to, which can be chased?
I think it's a dry wicket, a very dry wicket. I'm not sure how is it going to perform, but I think we will try our level best to restrict them to 140, 150 and see how it goes.
Thank you and all the best going to that. Suchit, going forward, that's your last game. Knowing even though the result will be in your favor, you are not likely to make it to the finals. What sort of a message goes to the boys and to come in and, is it just to come in and just play the game or give your full 100% going into the fight?
See, first of all, getting 11 is a challenging, and especially working and then coming on a weekend, we always been facing these challenges. We managed to get 11, but then two our top players are not there. They're not available. But today, what we are thinking is to give our 100% as always, and try to win the game. But we know that we're not going to get qualified even if we win with a good run rate. Looking at the other teams, but we will try. We will try to win as always. Yes.
A positive that you're missing a few of the players, but gives rest of the team players a bit of a chance to come and have a feel of the tournament and probably come in when you come in the next year, which will be very likely that you will have some game experience on hands.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, for the team, the players who are playing this, and I think 50% of the players are playing for the first time in the UAE pitches because they have played in the past in their home countries, but not in UAE. But it's a chance for them, and we hope with more practices we come forward next year.
Anyway, thank you and all the best for the games. That's the news from the center here. Team 11 captain Wasim winning the toss first, and he wants to bowl first. Stay tuned for live action. Thank you very much. Over the top and into the stands. So the first six of the morning. Saad getting into that right away. It was in the slot. And the dispatchers have a look at that. Faisal pitching it up to him. He just extends his arm and sends it sailing over the long off boundary for the first maximum. So 7 for no loss in the first 3 balls of the innings. Faisal to Saad. Now this time pulls the length back and Saad plays it back to the bowler. No run there. Faisal this time Yorker length, digs it out back to the bowlers, fields it off his own bowling. No run there. Score remains on 7 with 1 ball to go in the first over. Scenarios out here to qualify for the finals are Lockton, even after this win, will be on 4 points and will not be able to make it to the finals because either NASCO or Team 11 will be the ones who were in their last league game. The winner of that will play Marsh McLaren. For Lockton, as you see, the end of the first over, 7 for no loss. After that, 6, a good comeback by the bowler. No runs given after that. 7 for no loss at the end of 1. Haris Khan to start the second over of the innings. Bowling to Tosif, who's on 1 of 2. Outside the off stump, he wanted to drive that one. The keeper missing it, and they allow a bye to go through. So one more run to the total. First extra of the day. Score moves on to 8. Saad on strike. This time cuts this one over the extra covers for 4. So he's dealing in boundaries at the moment. Width on offer by Haris, and he sends us over the cover boundary for 4. Haris pitching it outside of enough room for him to place it in the gap, and with the field restrictions, the ball is always going to race away towards the boundary. So score moves on to 12, and he moves into double figures. At this time, wanting to play a bigger drive, the keeper fails to collect it cleanly. Score remains on 12. This time again, width on offer sends us over the point boundary, this time for 4 more. The fielder gives up the chase. Is guilty out here of bowling outside the tram lines, and he has been duly punished for that. Given away 2 boundaries. Easy pickings for Saad, who had a century in the previous game he played, so he's in form at the moment. Anurag bowling to Saad, again misses this one. The keeper unable to collect it, so score remains on 16. With 1 more ball left in the over, 9 runs coming off it. 1 byes and 2 boundaries as last ball. This time down the leg side, Saad evades that one. The keeper too misses it, and the ball stops just before the boundary lines. They come back for 2 more, wait for the umpire's signal. Leg by signaled, it was off the pad, so 2 more runs to the total. Umpire was interested in calling it a wide, but last minute check with the batsman who confirmed that is off the pad. So 2 more runs to the total. Nonetheless, 18 for no loss at the end of 2.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
over number 3, 18 for no loss. As this time, Tosi plays it towards point and they set up for a quick single. Saad reaches on strike. He's on 14 of 9. He's just dealing in boundaries as of now. 2 boundaries and a 6 to his credit. Moves on to 19. Tosif at the other end is now 2 of 4. In the air and over the man at long on for another maximum. He races away to 20. Have a look at that. In the slot, moves away, clears that front leg and high over the man at long on for a maximum. So 6 more runs. Go moves away to 25. Back live, Faisal bowling to Sadhu, standing outside his crease, comes round the wicket now, plays it towards mid wicket. The misfielder misfields that one, allows the ball to go to his long over, and Anurag fields and he gives away a single. So moves on to 26. He moves on to 21. Round the wicket this time, plays it softly towards the cover region. The fielder giving the chase, complete 1 and they complete the 2nd. Batsman just in a bit of bother but makes it quite comfortably. 2 more runs to the total. Who moves on to 28. Wide ball way down the leg side. 5 wides to the total. So 5 more runs to the Lockton total. So moves on to 33. Down the wicket this time, playing it towards mid off. The set off for a single, a direct throw. Umpire is not interested. The batsman has made it. So moves on to 34. Replay, 34 for no loss. Last ball of the over coming up. Saad going on the back foot, plays it back towards the bowler. End of a big over. 34 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 3. Tosif playing it back towards the bowler there. Bowling to Tosif, curling that ball in, but squeezes it nicely over the man at mid off the ball, just stopping before the boundary ropes. So 2 more runs to the total. So moves on to 36. Time inner half of the bat going towards the man at mid wicket. There's a fielder there, single to the total. So moves on to 37. Start on to strike, batting 21 of 12 with 2 boundaries and 2 maximums to his credit. This time pulls the length but still short. The man at point doing well to get a hand to it and keep it down to a single. So 1 more run to the total. So moves on to 39. Big Saad of strike brings Tosif to the at strike, who's batting 8 of 9. He hasn't got a boundary or 6 yet. Time goes on the back foot, plays it towards point. They set off for a single and complete it easy. Chance of an overthrow. The man at mid wicket coming in quickly and making sure that it doesn't allow that extra run. So 1 more run to the total. So moves on to 39. Standing a couple of feet outside the batting crease, away from the body, and it's a dot ball to end the over. So 4 overs completed, 39 for the loss of no wicket. Saad batting 22 of 14 and Tosif batting 9 of 10. Anurag 2 overs, 13 runs, no wicket. And Faisal Yusuf 2 overs, 23 runs, no wicket. Change in the bowling. Captain Wasim comes to the center, the right arm off spinner. Slightly short, plays it towards covers and easily picking those singles. That's where Team 11 have to now start plugging those runs. So every single that adds on to the total is going to make it even more harder for them. So they need to be on their toes, probably affect a run out or so, or even half a chance, create that half a chance so that put batsman under pressure. This time Saad goes on the back foot, plays it towards deep mid wicket. There's a fielder there, a single to the total. So moves on to 41 with that singles. Moves on to 23 or 15. The miss by the wicketkeeper allows 2 more runs to the total. Off the bat. So 2 more runs, takes the score on to 43. onto the back foot. Batsman trying to cut that one, but into the keeper's gloves, so no run there. Good over so far. Just 4 runs of the first 4 balls, avoiding to give any boundaries. Those are the strokes that give confidence to the men at the center. So at the moment, as Tosi plays it with soft hands towards short third, wanting the single, but Saad didn't want to take that risk. So a dot ball, 1 more ball left in the over. Bringing the man a bit more finer, the short third, as Wasim comes to the ball, tosses this one, plays it in the air, and over the long on boundary for a maximum. So ends the over with a big one. So first 4 balls, 4 runs, then a dot, and then ends it with a 6. Tossed this one, invited the batsman to play the big one, and he obliges, and the ball sailing over the long on boundary for 6, the first maximum for Tosif today, and ends the over with 49 for no loss at the end of 5. Anurag to continue. Saad trying to go hopping and play that shot. It doesn't make connection. The keeper just make sure that the ball is not far from him. So no run there. Score remains on 49. Placing down the ground towards mid-on. Chance of a run out. A direct hit could have had Saad in trouble, but not to be. So he survives. And the 50 coming up. 50 coming in 5.2 overs. Partnership of 50 between these two. Saad's contributed 24 of 17. Tosif has contributed 18 of 15. And helped by a few extras. They've already given 8 runs in those. At this time, cuts this one over the man at point. 1 bounce, couple of bounces into the fence he goes. So 4 more to the total. Anurag bowling short this time, wanting to keep it away from the batsman, but gives the width that he's looking for. And have a look at that. Just stands, cuts this over point for 4 more, 2 bounces, and it hits the skirting there. So 4 more to the total. So moves on to 54, and he moves on into his 20s. He's now batting 23 of 16 with 1 boundary and 1 maximum to his credit. This time Yorker length, squeezes it out towards third man. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single, and so moves on to 55. Brings Saad on to strike. Full toss doesn't make good connection, but ball racing away towards the mid-wicket boundary. The fielder there doing well and keeps it down to a single. So moves on to 55. This time chops this, and the man at covers, drops that one. He basically wedged that shot, and the man at covers drops the chance of the first drop of the day. ends the over at 57 for no loss. Have a look at that. Slightly slow, bring it in, wedges this one, and the man at short covers, missing the opportunity. So a chance going down.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
As far as this time, the second bowling change of the day, coming from round the wicket to Tosif, who's batting 24 of 18. Full toss, plays it to a short fine. There's a fielder there. Keeps it down to a single. So moves on to 58. Saad plays it towards the man at long off. Fielder there keeps it down to a single. Swivels this, but going towards the man at short fine, can't stop that single, so one more run to the total. Indicating that this is off the bat, so add to the batsman's tally as well. So moves on to 60. Trying to cut this one, plays it back towards the bowler. Ball hits the sticks and goes towards short covers for a single. So one more run to the total. Score moves on to 61. Shot, plays it in the air towards the covers and straight into the hands of the fielder and dropped again. So a couple of drops in the last couple of overs. Go moves on to 62. That was played in the air off the toe end of the bat. Have a look at that. In shot, there to be hit. He hit it in the air, got the height, not the distance. The man stationed there for that, and this time we called a wide. Saad chasing that one, didn't get any sort of connection. The score moves on to 63 with that wide. Comes on the track, plays it towards long off, and the fielder unable to cut that off. The ball hits the skirting on the full, so 6 more. Handsome look by Saad at the end of 7. Score moves on to 69. Have a look at that. Comes down, opens up the offside, and over the man at long off, who was quite a few paces in, should have been on the fence to take a chance, but not to be. 69 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 7. And Saad is now batting 33 of 21. Faisal to continue on the pads down the leg side. Will take a run. Umpire signaling a leg by. Score moves on to 70. Playing towards deep mid wicket. There's a fielder there for that. So one more run. Score moves on to 71 with that single. This time away from the batsman, but still called a wide, and the keeper missing that one. So one more run along with that wide. So 2 runs the total. So moves on to 73. Extras moves into double figures. As this time plays it towards the man at long off. The fielder moving to his left. Batsman crossover for a single. 74 for no loss. Chips it in the air over the man at covers, and the man at extra coming in. Single to the one more run added. Score moves on to 75 with 2 more balls left in the 8th over. Saad is moving around the crease again in the air. The man at covers coming around, and they pinch another single there. So score moves on to 76. Last ball of the 8th over coming up. Plays it towards square leg. The man at mid wicket coming around to his right. Keeps it down to 2 more. End of the over. 78 for the loss of no wicket. Both these batsmen moving into the 30s. Tausif is now 30 of 24 with 1 boundary, 1 6. And Saad is 36 of 24 with 2 boundaries and 3 sixes. Current run rate of 9.8 will get them to 196. The tall ask 7 who are missing the services for a few of the key players. Remember, they have one more game later this week against NASCO. And the winner of that will play Marsh McLaren, who's already made it to the finals with 7 points of their 4 games. They have 3 wins and a tie. Haris to continue. Saad wanting to chop this one down, sends us to a short third, and they go for a single. The umpire signals a bye, so 1 more extra to the total. Moves on to 79. Shot and plays it towards mid wicket. There's a fielder there. 1 more run to the total. Saad nearly, sorry, that was Tausif who nearly tracked back on his stumps, but lucky he didn't do that. Others would have been hit wicket. As this time shot will be called a wide outside the permissible lines. Haris is trying to slant these across to Saad, who's not been troubled at the moment. He is playing those shots with quite a bit of force. And with the fielders unable to cut that off, is helping him to get a few boundaries. Score moves on to 81. Full toss and will be called a no ball. Wanting to bowl it slow, but ended up bowling it over the bowler's head, will be called a no ball. So free hit coming up, and Saad doesn't need any invitation. He comes down the ground, plays it towards the man at long off. Couple of bounces into the man at long off hand, and a single. Didn't make much use of the free hit, but nonetheless, one more run added. Score moves on to 83. Fourth ball, he full toss, plays it towards deep mid wicket, and one bounce. The fielder does well to keep it to a single. So score moves on to 84, showing some patches of brilliance are the team 11 players, but the catching needs to be left to be desired. Another no ball, and the ball this time going towards the square leg boundary. The fielder does well. The batsman cross back for 2 more runs. So 3 runs to the total with a free hit coming up. Moves on to 87. Blowing this one up. The batsman missing this completely. Much better line. He wanted to go onto the back foot and play this over mid wicket. Doesn't make any connection. So a dot ball. 1 more ball left in the 9th over. Comes down the track. Plays it towards long off. The fielder there keeps it down to a single. End of the 9th over. 88 for the loss of no wicket. Saad now moves to 40 with that single. 41 of 30 balls, and Mohammad Tausif 32 of 26. Saad taking strike. Aris cuts this one towards short third, and they complete a single. Johnson, the fielder there at short third man. Take the score on to 89. This is the last over before we go into the drinks break. Blowing this one, beaten, takes the edge and goes away towards the fine leg boundary. The fielder giving the chase. We'll wait and watch. Wide, going down leg side. 1 more run added. Score moves on to 92. Goes on the back foot, plays it towards covers. The man unable to cut it off. So 4 to the total. Harris, the bowler, bowling it short. Enough time to rock onto the back foot and pick the spot. Goes through with the shot with minimum protection there. The ball wins the race towards the fence. So score moves on to 96. Again, plays it in the air, beating the man at point towards deep covers. There's a fielder there. Batsman crossover for a single. Score moves on to 97. Tosses this. Saad plays it high in the air towards the mid-wicket area, and the ball sails over the mid-wicket fence for another maximum. brings up the 100 partnership between these two. Have a look at that. In the slot and enough time to go towards mid wicket and quite a few feet away from the boundary for 6 more. Score moves on to 103 and he moves on to 48 of 32 with his 4th maximum. Last ball of the 10th over coming up. Last ball, plays it with soft hands towards short third and they complete a single. 10 overs completed, 104 for the loss of no wicket. As we have a look at the batting card and the bowling card. Mohammad Tausif and Saad open the innings and they're still there at the center. Mohammad Tausif used to batting 39 of 29 with 2 boundaries and 1 6. Saad Mohammad 49 of 33 with 2 boundaries and 4 maximum. 16 extras in the innings, 1 by 3 leg bys, 10 wides and 2 no balls, taking the score to 104. 5 bowlers used by Team 11. We have a look at that scorecard as well. Faisal Yusuf 3 overs 31 runs no wicket. Anurag 3 overs 21 runs no wicket. Wasim Bari 1 over 10 runs no wicket. Haris Khan 2 overs 22 runs no wicket. And Harish coming in for that 1 over giving away 16 runs no wicket. So 104 for no loss at the first drinks break of this game. We have a look at the points table at the start of this game. Marsh McLaren is on top of the table with 4. As we have a look at the points table at the start of this game, Marsh McLennan 4 games, 3 wins, 1 tie, 7 points, have made it to the finals. NASCO Middle East Insurance Brokers 3 games, 2 wins, 1 loss are at 4 points. Team 11 have played 2 games, 1 win and a tie has brought them to 3rd position with 3 points. Lockton 3 games, 1 win, 2 losses with 2 points. And Munich RE Mena 4 games played, no wins and no points to their tally. So as of now, with the games remaining, Lockton, even after they win this game, go to 4 points. But even though that is not enough because NASCO and Team 11 are playing the last game and the winner of that will make it to the finals. Team 11 will want to have this win today to just get that confidence going into that last league game, which is the important one, a virtual semi-finals. And the winner of that will play Marsh McLennan on a Super Saturday on 22nd of Feb here at the Ajman grounds, at the Al Malik grounds in Ajman. We have the live action of this game coming up soon. Wasim, the captain, now to start the 11th overs, bowling from the opposite end as he starts off with a dot ball, bowls it a full delivery right under the batsman. Umpire not interested in giving that a wide, so a dot ball to start. Slightly short, goes onto the back foot, plays it towards deep mid wicket. There's a fielder there. And keeps it down to a single, brings the score to 105. And the 50 coming up for Saad. 50 of 36 balls, 35 balls. With 2 boundaries and 4 maximums. Tossing this one up and nearly overplaying that ball. Probably got a bit of a jerk on his right shoulder. That's what it indicates. Put his power behind that one. No run. Slightly short. Plays it back towards the bowler. Misfields that one. The ball going towards the long on fence. The fielder there keeps it down to a single, wanting the second. Plays it in the air towards the long on boundary. The fielder collects it one bounce and they complete the single. So moves on to 107 with one more ball left. Shot. Wanting to play it on the back foot. The keeper missing this one. They complete one and they easily come back for the second. So two more to the total. And good over by the standards with which they've been sent around the park. Just 5 runs coming off it. 109 for no loss at the end of 11. Saad on strike, plays it over the bowler's head. The ball going towards the long off fence. A single to the total. Harish bowling the 12th over of the innings. His second, tosses this one, goes onto the back foot, plays it towards the cover boundary. The fielder there, unable to cut that off. So 4 more to the total. Go moves on to 114. Harish quite slow in the air, sits up to be hit, goes onto the back foot, picks a spot and plays it in the cover region away from the fielder. One bounce, it goes over the fence for 4 more. The score moves on to 114. Another slow delivery, plays it in the air. The man at covers unable to cut it off, but the man at deep cover there quite alert and keeps it down to a single. Start going on the back foot, plays it towards long on. There's a fielder there. Misfields up one and the ball goes to the fence for 4 more. So more agony for Team 11. Have a look at that. Saad goes on the back foot, plays it in the air. Couple of bounces, reaches the fielder, and then at the last minute he tries to grab that one, closes his fingers a little too soon, allows the ball to go to one. It's 119 now, down the ground, and this time success for Team 11. Finally, Saad out for 56 of 39, goes down the wanting to go down. Harish just shortens the length a bit, misses that one, and the stumps have taken a beating. 56 of 39 with 3 boundaries, 4 maximums. A strike rate of 147 has given them a good foundation. Sajid, the stand-in captain today, comes down at number 3, comes at the fall of Saad's wicket. This stats. He's got 4 matches. He's yet to get off the mark. So promotion straight away. As he said, they're missing a few key players, so a few others will get that opportunity today. And he is one of them who will be wanting to come and score a few runs for his side, with the foundation led by these two people. The 119 runs partnership finally broken in the 12th over with one more ball to go. Tossing this one, plays it towards point. They set off for a single, chance of a run out. Both the players missing that one. So he gets off the mark with a single. End of the over, 120 for 1 at the end of 12. Mohammad Tosif batting 47 of 34 and Sajid off the mark with that single.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Over number 13 to begin. Anurag coming to bowl his 4th over. Anurag has played 15 batches, 7 wickets, economy of 10.09. So he's got one more over in this game. Probably get a wicket or two and try to get that strike rate of his better. Anurag bowling to Sajid, chopping this one off. The keeper missing that. It allows that single to be completed. Sajid moves on to 2, brings Tosif on to strike. Who moves on to 121. Wanting to play this towards covers, misses that one. Keeper collects that one, so no run there. Time, much better ball. Bringing the ball back in towards the player. The run out chance missed out there, allows that single, so that's not really good work. It was an easy run out. Sajid had set off for the single. There was never a chance that he could make it. Had Anurag collected the ball, misses that one, and in the end gives away that single as well. Anurag bowling to Sajid. Plays it in the air towards the extra cover boundary. The main fielder from long off comes up to his left but cannot stop that. Two more, so 2 more runs added to the total. As we have a look at that missed run out opportunity, have that very easy, wanting to throw it into the hands. Have a look at that. Anurag trying to grasp that ball and misses that one, allows Sajid to get into the crease and then run back to take that overthrows. Plays it towards long off. There's a fielder there. .125 for 1 with 1 more ball left in the 13th over. Last ball of Anurag's spell. He's gone for 26 in the 3.5 he's bowled. Can he complete it? His spell with the wicket as he comes into bowl the last ball of the over. And nearly edged that one. The keeper too fluffing that one, so wouldn't have mattered had it edged. But end of the over, 125 for 1 at the end of 13. Tosif batting 48 of 37, 3 boundaries and 1 6 to his. And Suchit Lal batting 5 of 4. Anurag finishes his spell of 4 overs for 26 runs without a wicket. Over number 14, Sajid plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Faisal Yusuf coming to bowl his 4th over. He's gone for 31 in the first 3. Starts off with the dot ball. Wrapped on the pads, but going down leg side, so they'll take a single. Giving it a leg bye, so 1 more to the total as Tosif inner edges this one. Ball going towards the short fine leg area. The fielder there collects it, gets a single for that. He moves on to 49 with that single. Moves on to 127. 3 balls completed in the over. Just a couple of runs coming as Sajid comes down the wicket, but will be called a wide because it was down leg side. So 1 more run. Team 11 at this fall of Saad's wicket have just started to tie the things down. Haven't given away any boundaries so far, but they need to make sure they stop bowling those extra balls and probably get a wicket or so, as this time plays it back to the bowler. The keeper missing that one, doesn't allow the run as well, so another dot ball. Score remains on 128. Again comes down the track, plays it towards deep mid wicket. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 129 with 1 more ball left in the 14th over. Tosif goes in out, playing it towards the extra cover boundary. The fielder there cannot stop that one, so 4 more and the 50 coming up for Tosif. 53 of 39 with 4 boundaries and a maximum. A small acknowledgement towards the dugout. 53 of 39, 4 boundaries, 1 6. Fourteen overs completed, 133 for 1. And Faisal Yusuf, 4 overs, 38 runs, ends his quota for today. Wasim Bari coming to bowl his third over. Well, slightly short, plays it into the pitch, a bit of indecision, but in the end complete the single quite easily. So moves on to 134. Wasim bowling to Mohammad Tausif. Down the leg side will be called a wide, so one more run added. Score moves on to 135. Again exposing his stumps and going for that run. There's a misfield. Again another run out chance. Throwing it from a very short distance. He tried to throw it with all the power, not required height. He just thrown it a bit more softer. It all he had to do is give it into the hands of Wasim, who was just coming close to them. Have a look at that. Odd bounce near the bowler's legs. And another dot ball now. Keeps the score on to 136. So he wrapped on the pads, umpire unmoved, probably going down leg side, squared him up, but it still wasn't good enough to hit the stumps. So it's what the umpire reckons signals a leg by. So one more run added to the total. So moves on to 137 with two more balls left in the 15th over. In the air towards the extra cover boundary, Anurag trying to cut that one off. Not so good attempt. Trying to do it with his legs would been better had he at least bent down and stopped the ball from going to the fence. Allows four more to the total. Score moves on to 141. Have a look at that. Sits up. He just goes on the back foot, plays it towards covers. Anurag has done well up till here, and then at the last moment, instead of putting a dive or putting his hand, decided to stretch his legs. Fortunately for him, not injured himself, but unfortunately for the side, has given away four more runs to the total. Last ball of the over, 141 for 1. Goes down leg side, exposes his stumps. Wasim follows him. He plays it towards deep mid wicket. The man at long on, coming around and stopping that one. So one more run added. 142 for 1 at the end of their 15th over. Tossi batting 59 of 42 with 5 boundaries and a maximum. Suchit 7 of 11. And Wasim Bari, after his 3 overs, has given away 23 runs without having a wicket to his name. Over number 16, Tosif goes around, plays it towards the deep mid wicket area for a single. Down leg side, another wide, wanting to go for the single. In the end, doesn't go for it. And This time finds the fielder, so Tausif's innings comes to an end. Faisal, the fielder there at point, takes that catch. Have a look at that. In the air, plays it in the air towards the man at point, and Faisal this time holds on to that. Sorry, that was Suchit, the batsman, was out for 7 of 12 with no boundaries. Caught Faisal, bowled Harish. So one more success for Team 11. New man in, Vishnu, with 3 matches, who's yet to open his account in this format. Taking strike, wanting to play towards mid wicket, plays it towards long on for a single. He's off the mark with that single. In the air, Tausif plays this one, and the man at, there's nobody patrolling the cover boundary, so 4 more. Score moves on to 149 with that boundary. Shot again, wanting to cut this one, squared himself up, so missed that one completely. Another dot ball, last over of the 16th over coming up. Plays it towards backward square leg for a single, so 150 coming up. 150 for the loss of 2 wickets at the completion of 16 overs. (152 for 2), 17th over, a full toss, plays it towards square leg, the fielder missing that one, and the ball races away towards the boundary for 4 more. First boundary for Vishnu Vijay. A freebie to start off with and a freebie to follow. Full toss right in his slot. He plays it towards square leg. The fielder running around to his right misses that one and ends up unable to field that one as well. So 4 more. Free hit signal by the umpire. 155 for 2. This time plays it in the air over the bowler's head, and the ball sails over the long on boundary for 6. So 6 more to the total. Score moves on to 161. Harish bowling it slow in the slot, and with that free hit, Vishnu knew he had nothing to lose, gave it everything, and sends this packing over the long off boundary for 6. Score moves on to 161. This time shortens the length, plays it in the air. The fielder coming under it, but unable to judge that one properly, so allows 2 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 163. So all of a sudden, that impetus that was lost at the fall of Saad's wicket has now come back at the fall of Sujit's wicket in the form of Vishnu Vijay, who's quickly got 10 runs in the space of as more agony. Harish bowls this one down the leg side, so another extra to the total. 22 extras in the innings so far. It's practically a run every over and more, with a few more balls left in this, as he wants to cut this one. Misses that one, so does the keeper, but no runs there, so another dot ball. So remains on 164. We'll be looking at that 200 mark and more, with a few more overs and a lot of wickets in hand, and another full toss will surely help them. Ball racing away towards the deep square leg boundary for 4 more. So moves on to 168. $18 runs coming of these 5 balls that have been bowled so far. Last ball coming up. Short, plays it towards the deep mid wicket area, and the fielder coming around, they keep it down to 2. So a 20-run over comes to an end. A good one for Lockton. Ends the over at 172 rather. Pardon you, one more ball to go, as this time he plays this towards backward square. The fielder there comes around, keeps it down to a single. So 21 runs added to this over. $171 for 2. Vishnu Vijay over number 18 to begin. Trying to go on the back foot, misses that one. A dot ball. Mohammad Tosi batting 84 of 54. Got 8 boundaries and 2 maximums. Wanting to cut this one, misses it. The keeper breaks the stumps, but the batsman was inside his crease, so consecutive 2 dot balls. Another wide to the total. Score moves on to 172. Harish, this time Tosi plays it in the air over the bowler's head for another maximum, and he moves on to onto 90 with that stroke. Harish is absolutely giving it a lot of air and a lot of time. He picks a spot, gets the height and the distance that he was looking for, just enough to send it over the ropes for 6 more. So that's this time towards the extra cover boundary, and the fielder missing that one, and 4 more. Moves on to 94, score moves on to 182. So 2 dot balls to start the over, then a wide, a 6, and now the boundary. Have a look at that. The fielder not accounting for the ball spinning as soon as it pitches. Misses that one, and 4 more to the total. 9th boundary for Mohammad Tawsif. He moves on to 94 of 57. Just 1 hit away from a century. Another century to the tally of the centuries that have been scored in this tournament so far. Down leg side is off the bat is what the umpire says. So another dot ball. He remains on 94 of 58 with 1 more ball left in the over. Again in the air towards the extra cover region, the complete 1. Score moves on to 183. He moves on to 95. Down the leg side will be called a wide. In the air towards the gully region for 4 more. Score moves on to 189. Cut this one. 4 more to total. Vishnu moves on to 5 with that boundary. Another wide. In the air, plays it towards deep mid wicket. There's a fielder there. Two more to the total. Keeper missing this one, beats the batsman as well, races away towards the boundary for 4 byes. So going on to the offside, going towards the mid-wicket area. There's a fielder there. One more run added. So moves on to 197 with the stroke. Last ball wrapped on the pads but down leg side, will not be given LBW. End of the over. 19 overs completed. 197 for 2. Tosi batting 96 of 61 balls. Last over coming up. Vishnu plays it towards short covers. The starter for a single. Chance for a run out. Wait for the umpire's decision. The umpire's gone upstairs for a run out check. They were always going to go for that single. The moment Vishnu got bat on ball and he's found short, we'll wait for the umpire's decision. And it's been given out. He's way out of his ground. And Vishnu is out, run out. 197 for 3. He's out for 8 of 6 with 1 boundary to his credit. Tosif on to strike will be a no ball. Lijesh, the new man who's come to the center. So no ball to start, and the umpire will signal a free hit. So what better opportunity to get to 100 with a free hit to maximize as he gets it onto the grill. So that will be a dot ball. The umpire just checking if he's okay, and he says he's fine. So missed that opportunity. He's on 96 with 4 more balls left in the innings. So moves on to 198. Goes on to the back foot, plays it towards short mid wicket. They are going to come back for second. He wants to retain strike and gets 2 for that. He moves on to 98. Over. 200 coming up in 19.3 overs. 200 for the loss of 3 wickets. तो ऐड ही नहीं हो रहे उसके will be called a wide. So now the 200 coming up with that wide. उसको रोक के बोल एक रन कम करें. This time plays it towards long on. They complete one. They come back for two. So two more to the total. And the 100 coming up for Tosif. Hundred of 65 balls, 9 boundaries, 3 maximums. Strike rate of 153 is be there from the word go. This time plays it on the back foot, back to the bowler. Time plays it towards deep mid wicket. They complete one and they easily come back for another. So two more to the total. So end of the innings, 205 for 3 in their allotted 10 overs. As we have a look at the scorecard, Tosif and Saad open innings. Tosif not out, 102 of 67 with 9 boundaries and 3 maximums. Saad out for 56 of 39, 3 boundaries, 4 maximums. He was bowled by Harish. Suchit Lal caught Faisal, bowled Harish for 7 of 12. Vishnu Vijay was run out by Anurag for 8 of 6 with 1 boundary. And Lejesh, who came in and didn't face any balls. 32 extras, 5 byes, 5 leg byes, 18 wides and 4 no balls. Completes the 205 that Lockton have scored. Have a look at the bowling card. 5 bowlers used. Faisal 4 overs 38 runs, no wicket. Anurag 4 overs 26 runs, no wicket. Wasim Bari 4 overs 33 runs, no wicket. Harris 4 overs 50 runs, no wicket. And Harish 4 overs 47 runs and 2 wickets. The wickets to fall, Saad was out in 11.5 overs when the score was 119. Suchit was out at the 15.2 overs at the score of 144. And then Vishnu was out at the score of 197, the first ball of the last over. So 206 is what Team 11 need in their allotted 20 overs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Back, the chase underway. 206 is what Team 11 need in their allotted 20 overs. The first ball coming up. Haris Khan and Brian Pinto, start of the innings. Haris starts up with the shot down the ground. There's a man at long on for that. Starts up with a single. Suchit Lal, the captain, is starting the proceedings for Lockton. Brings Brian Pinto on to strike. Brian was keeping wickets for his side today. Goes across the line, plays it towards deep mid wicket. There's the fielder unable to cut it off. So 4 runs to the total. The first boundary coming off the blade of Brian. Moves on to 5. Slightly short, enough time to take it from outside the off stump and send it towards cow corner for a boundary. Brian on strike with the bowler. In the slot, plays it over long on for a maximum. So 6 runs to the total. Score moves on to 11 and he moves on to double figures. Have a look at that. In the slot, just helps it on his way over the bowler's head. Gets the height and the distance by a few feet away from the boundary line. Score moves on to 11. For no loss in the first 3 balls of the innings. This time holding the line a bit, shaping it back. Brian was playing across the line. Luckily for him, it doesn't go on to hit the stumps. So score remains on 11. Needed a run of 10.3 per over as Suchit this time trying to put that bit of an effort again and shape the ball away. Ends up bowling a wide, so 1 more run to the total. They needed 206 at the rate of 10.3 at the start of this innings. They will have to have a good power play to start off so that they don't put pressure on themselves at the end of this, as this time Brian nearly edges this one. The keeper missing. That's what the body language suggests, but that's a dot ball as of now. And score remains on 12 with the last ball of the first over coming. Brian batting 10 of 4. He's got a boundary and a maximum. This time plays it over the covers, but he is out caught. So success at the end of the first over. Brian trying to up the ante, ends up spooning a catch to the man at covers, and unlike Team 11 who dropped catches up front, Lockton doesn't miss. Have a look at that. Punches this, trying to go over covers, ends up spooning the catch, and the fielder taking it easily. He's caught by Saad off the bowling of Suchit for 10 of 5 balls. So 12 for 1 at the end of 1 over. Simbari, the captain, coming at number 3. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Wasim, 42 matches, 1,669 runs with a strike rate of 184. Full toss down leg side. The keeper misses that one. Ball racing away towards a fine leg boundary. The fielder there stops it and allows the batsman to come back for 2 more. Balachandra Krishnamurthy is operating the second over of the innings. (15 runs), another wide will take the score on to 16. Then 4 runs without the ball being counted. A much better ball and probably off the bat. It's been leg buys, so another leg bye to the total, signaling that probably this is going down leg. So Bachandra to Wasim, down leg side, a wide, so 1 more run to the total. The man at short pine kept busy. 2 more runs to the total. Have a look at that. A previous ball brings the ball back in, probably outside the line of the stumps. He thought he nearly got a wicket there, Balachandra, but the umpire wasn't interested. So batsman stays on. He got a single of that and then followed it up with another wide with 1 run. So the score moves on to 19. Again, down leg side, another wide. So this over's already 5 balls being bowled and only 1 is counted. So moves on to 20. Helps it on his way towards the square leg boundary. The ball just stopping inside. The man at short mid wicket moves around, keeps it down to 2 more. Score moves on to 22. Have a look onto the pad, flicks it over the square leg fielder. The ball just racing towards the boundary. The man from short mid wicket. This time again down leg side, another wide. Balachandra just unhappy with that. But as the moment you bowl it down leg side, you are going to have that issue. So one more extra ball and one more extra run. Change in the field. As he plays it towards covers, Saad, the fielder there, who had earlier taken a skyer to send Brian Pinto back to the pavilion. (23 for 1), just 1.2 overs. This time plays it towards the square leg boundary. There's a fielder there. Saad had moved his man around, especially for that, with Balachandra bringing the ball back into the batsman. So there's always a chance that he would be swinging it towards that. So the man at deep square comes into play, and one more run added. Takes the score on to 25 with 4 balls completed in the over. 2 more. Moves on to 25. This time over the long on boundary for 6. Effortless shot and nice timing. Have a look at that. Just walks in, hops on one leg and sends us over the long on boundary for a maximum. Score moves on to 31. Full toss, plays it towards the mid-wicket boundary for another 6. So a lengthy and expensive over comes to an end. Score moves on to 38. Full toss, easy pickings, and it sails over the mid-wicket boundary for 6 more. (38) for the loss of 1 at the end of 2 overs. Needing another 168 of the remaining 108 balls. Suchit. This time Haris Khan makes use of the width that was on offer, sends it towards the cover boundary for 4 with only 2 fielders allowed. It was just sitting up to be hit. With that pace, he's not going to trouble. Have a look at that. Just goes onto the back foot, places over covers for a boundary. So score moves on to 42. We're just in the 3rd over of the game. Haris now moves on to 7 of 5. This time cuts this towards point. He feels off his legs, but enough to chime for the batsman to cross over for a single. So he moves on 8 of 6, takes the score on to 43. See him just standing outside his crease. This time helps it on his way towards the fine leg boundary. There's no protection there. So 4 more to the total. Score moves on to 47. He moves on to 18 of 4 balls that he's faced. This time drives it past the bowler. The ball going towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 48 with 2 more balls left in the over. This time will be called a wide, wanting to bowl it slightly away from the batsman's hitting zone, but ends up bowling a wide, so one more run added. So moves on to 49. This time Harris goes inside out over the long off boundary. So the 50 coming up in just the completion of 3 overs. 55 for the loss of 1 wicket. .55 for 1 in 2.5 overs. Have a look at that. Suchit giving enough width for the batsman, and he just rocks onto the back foot and picks his spot, sends us over the long off boundary for a maximum 55 for 1 at the end of 2.5. With one more ball, and this time a dot ball to end. 55 for the loss of 1 at the end of 3 overs. Last ball, trying to ramp this one. Didn't need to do it. At the moment, have got the runs. They can play down the ground and get those strokes. So 55 for 1. Start of the 4th over. Change in the bowling. Mirza Usman comes in to bowl the 4th over. Bala's over was not only expensive but lengthy as well. So that would be the reason why it would have prompted them to go with the change right now. Mirza Usman bowling to Wasim at this time drives us back past the bowler. Complete 1, and they easily come back for 2 by the time the man at long off comes in. They get 2 more. Have a look at that. Mirza chips this back to him. He misses that one. Suddenly realizes that the ball is gone towards a vacant area. So the batsmen come back for 2 more. Go moves on to 57. This time down leg side. The keeper collects it well. 1 more run added to the total. Go moves on to 58. Team 11 had given away 32 extras, and so far in the 4th over, Lockton have already given away 13 extras. So that will be an area of concern for both these sides. At this time, he drills this one down the ground, and man at long on collects the ball, keeps it down to a single. Moves on to 59. This time chips this over towards mid wicket. The fielder drops that one, and another reprieve in the game for the batsman. Mirza inducing that false stroke. Harris plays it in the air, and the fielder at short mid wicket drops at 1. So 1 more run to the total. Team comes down the track. This time plays it towards wide of long off for 4 more. So moves on to 64, and he moves on to 26 of 8 with 2 boundaries and 2 maximums. Comes down the track, easy pickings, and sends us towards the long off boundary for 4 more. Again down the track, plays it over the cover region, and a maximum to his credit. 1 more ball left in the 4th over, and score moves on to 70. And he moves on to 32 of 9, comes down the track and helps it on his way towards the cover boundary for a maximum. Last ball of the over coming up. Again, down the track, this time yorks himself up, but still squeezes it out and gets a single of the last ball. 71 for 1 at the end of 4. And Wasim is batting 33 of 10 with 2 boundaries and 3 maximum. Haris Khan batting 15 of 9 with 1 boundary and a maximum. Change in the bowling. Saad comes into bowl. Over number 5. Bowling to Wasim Bari. Starts off with a false. He wanted to guess he's hurt his knee before, and the moment he decided to land, he's stopped his run up. He's not going to bowl. One for 1. Saad decided to start his run up, but ended up, as this time Wasim plays it over mid wicket for 1 more maximum. This one's a handsome stroke, goes way over the mid wicket boundary for 6 more. Have a look at it. Onto the pads, picks the bones out of it, and sends it sailing over the mid wicket boundary for 6 more. He moves on to 39 of 11. This time over long on. 1 bounce. And score moves on to 81. Confirmation from the umpire that it has just fallen inside the boundary rope for 4. Wanting to send it over the boundary rope, but just fell short by a few inches. Didn't get it from the sweet spot, got slightly from the toe end of the bat, so that's why it just bounced inside the rope. So he's now on 43 of 12 balls, and Lijesh is now come for, as this time pulls it onto the pads, and he plays it towards short fine. They complete a single. Score moves on to 82, despite for Lijesh that Wasim Bari is off strike. He's now on 44 of 13. 3 boundaries and 4 maximums. The last time these two teams, Irfan Ullah from Team 11 had scored 140. And the second wicket now gone. It's Haris who decide to match stroke to stroke with Wasim. Ends up playing on the toe end of the bat, straight to the man at point. And Lijesh gets a wicket. Bowls is slightly slow, goes inside out. Toe end of the bat and straight to the man at point, and success for Lockton. They would ideally want to see the back of Wasim Bari, but will be happy with the fact that they've first seen the back of Haris Khan, who was out caught by Mohammad Tausif, the centurion of the bowling of Lijesh, for 15 runs of the 10 balls he faced. Plays it towards short mid wicket. The batsman complete a single. Brings Wasim on to strike. Takes Parankush off the mark with that single. So moves on to 83. Third wicket down, and that's a big wicket that they were looking for, wanting to repeat what he had been doing. Perishes in the bargain and puts his team in a spot of bother. Saad, the fielder there, he's not going to drop. Have a look at that. Comes on the track, chips this one straight to the man at short covers and dives to his right and takes a beautiful catch. That was taken. They wanted to see the back of him. They got Wasim, they got Harris out first, and then Wasim, the captain, is out for 44 or 14 with 3 boundaries, 4 maximums. Probably an ill-fated shot, knowing that he had already lost his partner just the previous ball. Strike rate of 314, but does that diminish their chances of winning this game? Anurag in at number 5. Anurag, 15 matches, 165 runs, strike rate of 130. That would do if he's, as long as he stays, because they need just about 8 runs in over. They started at 10.3, and with the blitz that they have gone in this power play, have taken them to 83. But the loss of 3 wickets, more importantly, the wicket of Wasim Bari was just out, and Lijesh with the golden arm has sent both the attacking batsmen back to the hut. Plays this towards cover. Saad misfields there, and the ball racing away towards the long off boundary. The fielder misfields 2 and 4 more. Anurag starts off with the boundary of the first ball, ends the over with 87 for 3. So that was the first ball. First ball of the over, Mirza was the one. Short, and Saad misfields, and the ball racing away towards the long off boundary. The fielder there comes around to his left and doesn't stop that one, as Parankush, trying to repeat another stroke, plays it towards square leg, no run. Score moves on, remains on 87. Parankush plays this towards mid-wicket. The fielder fields with his leg, makes sure that it doesn't cross him, gives away a single. So moves on to 88. This time, Anurag trying to go over covers. We're still in the power play, so there's only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Score remains on 88. This time nearly inducing an edge, another dot ball. So after the carnage that Lockton has gone through in the last few overs, and seeing the back of Wasim Bari, they will want to now start getting a grip on the proceedings, make sure they get a few dot balls and get that required run rate up to more than 10 and over, which was there at the start of the innings. So 3 dot balls on the trot ends the over. End of power play, 88 for the loss of 3 wickets. as we have a look at the full scorecard. Have a look at the scorecard. Harris and Brian Pinto started the innings. Harris was out for 15 of 10 with one boundary, one maximum. He was caught by Mohammad Tosif off the bowling of Lijesh. Brian Pinto was caught by Saad of the bowling of Sujit for 10 of 5 with one boundary, one maximum. And then Wasim Bari played a whirlwind knock of 44 of 14 balls with 3 boundaries and 4 maximums with a strike rate of 314. He perished in the last ball of the 5th over, and then Parankush got a boundary of the first ball in the 6th over. He's now 6 of 4 with 1 boundary, and Anurag yet to get on the mark. 13 extras in the innings. Start the 7th over. Lijesh to continue, who had given away 12 runs and taken 2 important wickets for his side. Changed the complexion of the game completely. As Parankush drives this back past the bowler, the ball racing away towards the long off boundary. The fielder doing well to keep it down to 2 more runs. Anurag making sure that he is there well in time before the throw comes in. So moves on to 90, needing another 116 more runs in the remaining 83 balls. This time plays it towards long on. There's a fielder there. Keeps it down to a single. Anurag thinking of a second, but Parankush not interested. Takes the score on to 91. Anurag play and a miss again. 4th time that he's been beaten. Anurag, another play and a miss, playing away from his body, is not making any contact, and Lijesh is just keeping it away from his arc, making sure that he keeps him on strike and doesn't give away a run. So Team 11 will have to make sure that they don't have too many dot balls at this time. Onto the pads, plays it towards square leg. The batsman complete 1. Wanting the second, Parankush not interested. So 1 more run to the total. He gets off the mark with that single. He's now 1 of 6 balls that he's faced. Parankush at the same is 9 of. This time Parankush plays it towards the mid-wicket region. Over the fence he goes for 6 more. Moves on to 98. End of the over. Have a look at that. Crouches a bit, opens himself up. The moment it was in his hitting zone, he sends this over the mid-wicket boundary for 6 more. So end of the over, 98 for the loss of 3 wickets. At the end of 7 overs. Srijit bowling over number 8 as Anurag plays this towards mid wicket for a single. Man is short mid wicket. Brings Parankush on to strike. Go moves on to 99 with that single. This time plays it towards long on. There's a fielder there. So 100 coming up. 100 coming up in 7.3 overs. Needing another 106 more of the remaining 12.3. 75 balls to be there as Anurag edges this one past the keeper. The ball racing away towards the third man fence. They complete one. The ball stops just inside Balakrishna, the fielder there. Batsman complete 2 more runs. Score moves on to 102. Time Anurag plays it towards square and completes a single, so 1 more run to the total. So moves on to 103. Lockton wouldn't mind those singles as long as they keep that run rate in check. As this time Parankush chips this over the bowler. Ball going towards a long off boundary. They complete a single. So moves on to 104. 104 at the end of 8 overs, 6 runs coming of it. Good over.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Onto the pads and is being adjudged LBW. Anurag playing, sorry, that was Parankush, who played down the wrong line. He thought it was going down leg side, didn't decide to go for a stroke and ended up getting hit flush onto the pads. Have a look at that on the back leg, and umpire decides that he is out LBW. So Lijesh continues with his golden arm to get the third wicket. The man out. Parankush LBW for 17 of 10 with 1 boundary and 1 maximum. Now the score reads 104 for 4 with another 102 required of the remaining 71 balls. Brings the new man at the crease. Faisal Yusuf comes in at number 6. 14 matches, 72 runs. Strike rate of 88. They would be hoping that he and Anurag now take the team to safer zone. As Faisal plays this towards long off, they complete one, and now with the slight misfield allows them to come back for two. Anurag is quite quick off the blocks, so he 2 more runs added, and the score moves on to 106. क्या आज वेज बिरयानी मंगाई है? आज वेज बिरयानी मंगाई, चिकन बिरयानी मंगाई है? अच्छा, ना ना बस. As Anurag takes a wild swing, but misses at once, so another dot ball. As Lijesh bowls towards Faisal, who goes on the back foot, plays it towards covers, beats the fielder there, and the ball racing towards the boundary. The fielder does well to stop it with his legs, and his partner from long off comes across the turf and throws the ball back. On 108 with that double, as Faisal this time plays it towards point, and the ball racing away towards the point boundary. Fielder will be unable to cut it off, so 4 more to the total. Much needed boundary for Team 11 as the score moves on to 112. Have a look at that. Not that shot, but just enough bad to beat the fielder at point, and the ball races away towards the point boundary for 4. 112 for 4. Last ball of the 9th over coming up. Faisal plays it full pace to the bat towards Saad. That shot covers end of the over. 112 for 4 at the end of 9, needing another 94 of the remaining 66 balls. Over number 10 to begin, Srijit the bowler. As this one, he knocks himself over with that stroke. So Anurag is the man out. He's out for 5, trying to up the ante. A straighter ball, misses that one, and his stumps are shattered. Out bowled. Have a look at that straighter ball. Not much deviation. The moment he missed, it hit the top of middle stump, and Anurag is bowled for 5 of 11 balls that he's faced, with no boundaries or 6 to his credit. New man Mujib to the center, 4 matches. He's yet to get runs. Mujib on strike, wanting to play the big cover drive, ends up beating himself up. The ball into the keeper's gloves, no run there. Onto the back foot this time, but misses that one. Ball into the keeper's gloves. So 3 dot balls at the start of the 10th over. Now onto the back foot, plays it with soft hands, gets off the mark with that single, brings Faisal to the center. Is now 1 of 3. Faisal is batting 8 of 5 with 1 boundary. Wanting to play towards mid-wicket, didn't get close to the ball, played slightly away from him, so back to the bowler. What Preethit has done well is, after getting that wicket, he's just got a couple of dot balls with a single. He's just made sure that he's not given any, as this one's going down leg side, too full a ball to get that one, so 1 more dot ball. Ends the over 113 for 5 at the end of 10 overs, needing another 93 more of the remaining 60 balls with 5 wickets in hand. Over number 11, Mirza Usman continuing as he starts off with a wide. The umpire signals, so does the batsman. The batsman doesn't need to do that. The umpire is there to do that. 1 more run added. Score moves on to 114. Plays with soft hands towards short covers. They complete a single. Saad wanted to go for the chance of a run out, but couldn't collect the ball cleanly, so 1 more run to the total. Time plays it towards short third. The fielder misfields that, and 4 more to the total. Team 11 wouldn't mind that. The bowler's not happy with that. He probably thought that was a catch first up, but then would have been better had he at least got his body behind the line. He misread the spin that was on the ball, so 4 more to the total. Takes the score on to 119. As Faisal places in the air towards the mid-wicket area, the fielder, by the time he comes around, they complete another double. So 2 more to the total. So moves on to 121. One more run to the total. Moves on to 120. Another. Bit of a confusion out there. The batsman thought that it was the end of the over, but the umpire says there's one more ball left in the over. Plays with soft hands towards Gully. They complete one. By the time the fielder from short third goes around, they complete another 2 to the total. 122 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of 11 overs, needing 84 of the remaining 9. यार चेक कर यार वापस. Switch to start off over number 12. So that was Srijit, as first ball was a dot and the second one played towards long off for a single. Moves on to 125 as Mujib plays this towards moves on to 127 with that single. Kane with soft hands plays towards the man at Gully for another single. .128 for 5. Last ball of the over. Single towards Saad, who takes a shy at the stumps, but the batsmen just make it. Srijit had actually walked away from the stumps, and Saad was expecting him to be closer to the stumps to throw the ball to him, but in the end, no run there. Suchit comes in to bowl the 13th over. He's gone for 29 in the 2 overs that he's bowled. Starts off by giving away a single of the first ball. Moves on to 129. 12.1 overs. Needing another 77 of the remaining 7.5. This time cuts this over, covers the ball, racing away towards the cover boundary. There's a fielder there, misfields, and 4 more. Sujit's not happy with that effort. All he had to do is just make sure he stops it, but he misses that one, and the ball just trickles over to the fence. Have a look at that. Cuts this in the air. The ball going towards the cover boundary. It turns around, but not enough, and through his hands and legs, into the fence. So 4 more. 4 moves on to 133. At this time, full toss, plays it towards the man at long off for a single. 4 moves on to 134 of 12.3, 72 more required of the remaining 45 balls. Faisal Yusuf batting 17 of 14 with 2 boundaries. Mujib batting 12 of 11. Nearly gone onto the stumps, but lucky to survive that. .134 for 5. Onto the back foot, trying to cut that one. The keeper misses this one, allows that by run, brings Faisal onto strike for the last ball of the over. Comes on the track, plays it towards short covers. Chance of a run out. Sujit holding the ball and breaking the stumps, but the umpire is not interested in sending it upstairs. Hmm. 135 for 5 at the end of 13. 71 required of the remaining 7. Start of the 14th over as Faisal drives Mujib, the field batsman, drives this towards long off. The batsman complete 2 more. Onto the pads, wanting an LBW, but the umpire not interested. Mohammad Tausif, who had earlier scored a century, comes in to bowl the 14th over. Given away 2 runs of the first 2 balls. This time edges this one past the keeper. The ball going towards third man. The fielder cuts this off, but he's been adjudged LBW in the meanwhile by the umpire. Have a look at that slowish one onto the pads. Wait for the umpire's decision, and he's been given LBW. .137 for 6. Mujib is LBW for 14 or 16 with 1 boundary. New man to the crease is Harish. Is 7 matches, 5 runs. Strike rate of 45. They need a better contribution from him as he places in the air towards long off for a single. They complete 1. Misfield there, but didn't go in for the second. So he's off the mark with that single. Takes the target down to 68 more of 6.2 overs. This time, inner edge of the bat, beats the man at short fine leg and races away towards the fine leg boundary for 4 more. They need a few of those boundaries, need a bit of luck to go their way, and score moves on to 142. Tosif just bowling it into the pitch, takes the inner half of the bat, meets the man at short pine, and just races away towards the fine leg boundary for 4 more. 142 for 6. Last ball of the over coming up. Just 7 runs coming of that over so far. Places in the air and over the long on boundary for 6. Ends the over well with the maximum. So the required run rate has been achieved in the over plus more. So score moves on to 148 at the end of 14, needing another 58 more of the remaining 36 balls. Have a look at that. Gets it right off the sweet spot of the bat and over the long on boundary for 6. Shriji to continue. Harish plays it towards mid-wicket. They complete 1. Brings Faisal Yusuf onto strike. Score moves on to 149. Plays it towards the bowler. They complete a single there. So the 150 coming up. 150 for 6 in 14.2 overs. Harish on strikes, short, wanting to cut this one. The keeper brings the bails down in a flash, but the batsman is well inside his crease, so dot ball. More importantly, they'll be looking at the dot ball and trying to create more and more pressure on the batsman. Keep Faisal off strike, keep the rest of the batsmen on strike as much as possible. Srijit has been quite economical. He's just given away 13 runs in the 3.3 as Harish plays it back towards the bowler. 2 more balls left in the over. Tapped onto the pads. They wanting a quick single. Faisal not interested. Just 2 runs have come off this over so far. Asking for a decision in their favor. 1 more run to the total. So he finishes his 4 overs. Has given away 14 runs and taken 1 wicket at the time when most of the bowlers were going for plenty. He's managed to keep the scoreboard down, so needing another 55 of the remaining 5 overs, and the required run rate has now touched 11 runs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
151 for 6 as Harish plays this towards long on. They complete 1. Switch it the fielder there. Keeps it down to a single score, moves on to 152. Short ball, plays this towards long on. Switch it the fielder there. Again coming around, keeps it down to a single. So one more run to the total. So moves on to 153. Harish plays this down towards long on. They complete 1. Thinking of a second, but not to be. So one more run to the total. Edges this one over the keeper's head towards short third and another single. Good over so far. 4 singles of the first 4 balls. As Harish inner edges this one, beats the man at short pine, and the ball just stops inside the 30 into the boundary line. Sorry. 2 more runs, so still not a bad over so far. It's just 6 of 5 with 1 more ball left in the over. So it has to be a boundary ball. The run rate has now crept over 11.5, 11.56 to be precise, as last ball plays it back towards the bowler. Dot ball, 6 runs coming off that over. 157 for 6 at the end of 16 overs. 49 more of the remaining 4, and the required run rate now has jumped over 12. Mirza Osman as Faisal plays this over long off for a maximum. So good start to the over. They needed a boundary of the first ball or the second ball, but got one in the first ball. Have a look at the Faisal. Just gets that width and sends us over the man at long off for a maximum. So 157 for 1, needing. First ball gets him to 163, as this time plays it straight to the man at Saad. That shot covers no run. So 43 more needed of the remaining 22 balls. Starts off with another wide, so 1 more run, wanting to take the ball away from Faisal. Ends up bowling a wide, so 1 more run to the total. 7 runs of the first 2 balls. This time Faisal plays it over the bowler's head and for another maximum. And score moves on to 170 with that shot. And he moves on to 42 of 23. Have a look at that in the slot. And he just sends a sailing over onto the side screen for another maximum. So moves on to 170 with that stroke. This time plays it to the left of long off. They complete a single. Takes the score on to 171. 35 more required of the remaining 20 balls. Started the over at 12.25, have brought it down to 10.5. So as he plays it softly towards short cover, Sards fields the ball and sends it, gives it to the bowler. Another single. Runs coming already of this over. At this time, another full-blooded shot, and this time the man at long on catches this one, so ends that entertaining knock and probably snuffs out whatever chances that Team 11 have. Wanting to repeat that, this time didn't get the distance that he was looking for. Slightly the ball was held back. Full-blooded shot, and Suchit there at long on, stationing himself, making sure he doesn't touch the boundary ropes with that. Ends the innings of Faisal, who's out for 43 of 25 with 3 boundaries and 3 maximum. Have a look at that. 43 of 25, probably a little bit more of distance. Could have got him 6 more runs and still have him at the center, but not to be. Needing another 34 of the remaining 19. Jaideep Sudhakaran, the man in the center. Need another 34 of the remaining 3 overs. Jaideep is the non-strikers end. 4 matches, he's got 74 runs. He can belt the ball. Suchit coming into bowl as Harish trying to manufacture a stroke out there. Keeper doing well to stop the ball, doesn't give away a run. Score remains on 172. 34 required of the remaining 17 to the required run rate. Again jumping back to 12 runs and over. Time another one misses the stump. His legs bail is taken off, so another wicket. 172 for 8 now. Ball just kissing the stumps and his bail is dislodged, and Harish is out for 8 of 13 balls. Johnson, the new man. Jagannathan rather plays it down towards long off for a single, completes 1. Jagannathan Ramamurthy gets off the mark with that single, brings Jaideep on strike as it bowls a wide. On 174 with that wide. the 4 matches, 74 runs, strike rate of 170. He can belt the ball. Needs to take more of the strike and try to see he gets his team over the line. Plays this towards deep mid wicket. They complete one. By the time the fielder comes back to field the ball, they complete another run. So 2 more runs total. So moves on to 176 with that double. 30 of the remaining 15 balls. Wanting to go back and cut that one. So a dot ball. Again, going on the back foot and cutting that one. End of the over. 18 completed. 30 more of the remaining 2 overs. And Suchit finishes his quota of 4 overs for 39 runs and 2 wickets to his credit. Over number 19 to begin. White ball to start. Lijesh to bowl that over. It's given away 30 runs in the 3 overs that he had bowled. But more importantly, he had taken 3 wickets, but he took 2 of the same over, and this time Jagannathan plays it in the air. They complete 1 and wanting to come back for 2, sent back. The 2 runs of the 1 ball that is bowled so far, needing another 28 more of 11. Pulls this one towards deep square leg. There's a fielder there, but by the time he cuts that off, he come back for 2. Is there a chance of a run out? Yes, it is. Batsman wasn't interested, and Jagannath took off for the second, and in the end, Jaideep had to lose his wicket. Have a look at this. So he plays it to a square leg. He never was interested in the second. And the fielder from mid wicket throws it into the keepers. He makes sure he knocks the bail and takes the stump off the ground with his hand to make sure that the batsman is out, as Lijesh misses that one, and another dot ball. Johnson, the man at number 11. Johnson Lobo. 10 matches, 20 runs to his credit. And they will want him to. It's been wrapped on the pads and he's been given LBW. So end of the game, and Lockton beating Team 11 by 26 runs in the end. And Johnson Lobo, the last man to be adjudged LBW. Have a look in front of the stumps. He was out of his crease, but straight enough to be given LBW. So a 26 runs victory for Lockton as a sign off on a winning note before exiting the tournament. And Team 11 in their last game against NASCO has to make sure As we have a look at the scorecard of Team 11, Haris Khan caught Mohammad Tosi bowled Lijesh for 15 of 10, 1 boundary and 1 6. Brian Pinto caught by Saad off the bowling of Suchit for 10 of 5 with 1 boundary, 1 6. Wasim Bari caught Saad bowled Lijesh for 44 of 14, 3 boundaries and 4 maximum. Parankush LBW Lijesh for 17 of 10, 1 boundary, 1 6. Anurag bowled Srijit for 5 of 11 with no boundaries or 6s. Faisal Yusuf fighting knock of 43 of 25 with 3 balls, 3 boundaries and 3 sixes. Mujib LBW Tosif for 14 of 16 with 1 boundary. Harish bowled Suchit for 8 of 13 with no boundaries or sixes. Jaideep run out by Mirza for 3 of 4 balls with no boundaries and no 6. Jagannath Ramamurthy LBW for 2 of 3 and Johnson Lobo not out for no score. As we have a look at the bowling card, Suchit 4 overs, 39 runs, 2 wickets. Balachandra just 1 over where he was sent for 24 without a wicket. Mirza 4 overs, 47 runs, 1 wicket. And Lijesh 3.3 overs, 33 runs, 4 wickets. Srijit 4 overs, 14 runs, 1 wicket. And Mohammad Tosif 2 overs, 19 runs, 1 wicket. So a comprehensive 26-run victory for Lockton in their last league match in the plate event. As we head in for the presentations, stay tuned. Check ready? Welcome to the post-match presentation of this penultimate Group C game between Lockton and Team 11. Lockton winning by 26 runs and signing off on a victory. We have the man of the match, Mohammad Tosif. You knew you were not going to make it to the next round, but still had some hunger in you when you came in to play this game.
Yes, I mean, obviously the chances were very dim, but we just wanted to give 100%, and that's all we did. We just went there and enjoyed ourselves.
And a message to your boys that you all will come back probably a better side with some more reinforcement in the team.
Yes, I mean, we're always looking to give 100%. The boys are there. Some are missing. We know that some of our best players are missing, but it's just the way it is. Sometimes not everyone is available, but we'll keep trying. We'll keep pushing, and we'll keep giving our best.
Anyway, thank you for it, and better luck the next season when you come back. Thank you very much. As we speak to the winning captain. Again, same question. You said at the start of the game you're missing a few key players, but Tosif is today stepped up, and a few of the other boys. Lijesh came in and bowled that crucial over where he got 2 quick wickets. So some positives to take away at the end of this tournament for you.
Yeah, because even the last game we had the same partnership from Tosif and from Saad. We won the game without losing a wicket, and we thought of continuing the same thing, and they did a brilliant job. Even from the bowling side, initially we had to give some runs because of the batsmen they had. But once we took those 3 wickets, where Lijesh took 2 and I took 1, then we got the game back, and that's how we did it at the end. And at the end, from all the players, they really showed their engagement and a positive side. And all the 17 games we played, I think these are one of the best games that we have played.
Anyway, thank you very much, and thank you for participating, and hope to see you next season. As we speak to the losing captain. On the winning question, just one question, just 1 or 2 questions. As you have the stand-in skipper Johnson coming in, Johnson, a victory would have really boosted you all going into the last game.
Yeah, that's true. If the victory would have been made us to the finals, maybe.
So a lot of thinking to be done before going into the last game, because that's a must-win game. It's a virtual semi-finals for you to make it to the finals.
Yes, today was a crucial match, but a lot of players are sick and not well and not available. Hopefully for the last match with NASCO, I think they will be available, and we try our best to win the match.
Thank you and all the best for the last game. That concludes our presentation here. A victory for Lockton by 26 runs. Spices up this tournament even more as the last game of the Plate C will ensure who makes it with Marsh McLennan in the finals next Saturday. Stay tuned for that action next week. Thank you very much and good day.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.